What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And you know my motto. I try to make sense out of nonsense. And the other day, some nonsense came my way, and I had to make sense out of it when they brought out a black guy to talk to us about illegal immigration. See, you know how it is. Whenever they want to convince a minority group of something, they bring out people who they can identify with. Obviously, the black guy has the same opinion that I have. I'm like, hey, look, there's a black guy. Obviously, we think the same. So come on out and talk to me. So what do you have to tell me, Mr. Black Guy? Right, yeah. Obviously, whatever you say, I'll agree with because you're black, right? Then, he goes into this whole thing, makes this drastic comparison to illegal immigration and slavery and blaming the white man and all of these things. And then it made me mad, and I had to come in and destroy him. And so today, I'm sitting here minding my own business, and all of a sudden, my nonsense detector went off. All of a sudden, I smell some nonsense coming my way. My nose, I got a good sense of smell for nonsense. I was like, you smell that? I smell some nonsense, man. That's what it's coming somewhere, man. There's some nonsense coming somewhere, okay, man? Yeah, some nonsense blew in, and then I had to stop what I'm doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that they're used to. That's Humpty. If you don't know you know what? Let me do it in his voice. All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. So that's what I have to do. And because of this nonsense, it made me have to come out of retirement and just completely destroy this lady. Now notice, remember, this is what they have to do. They have to make sure, first of all, that they bring out people who you can identify, use the same type of lingo, and perhaps even if you're black, you're slang. Like, it's kind of like Hillary. Remember, Hillary went to the black church and was like, eyes don't feel, no ways tired. And all the black people, yeah! And I'm thinking, I wonder how long she had to practice that to get it down. I bet you they were in her little, study groups. All right, Hillary, you need to bring out a little more southernness to it. They don't pronounce the words right. See, it's not I don't feel, it's eyes. So emphasize that when you go to the black church, okay? Okay. Yeah, so anyway, now they bring out a white girl. Okay, how you like that? Huh? I wonder what she has to say about illegal immigration. Let's listen in.
That is supposed to be about people coming together.
Now, wait. First things first, she's talking about
Thanksgiving, a holiday that is supposed to be about people coming together.
True.
In fact, the first Thanksgiving celebration was, according to historical records, a feast between Native Americans and white colonists back in 1621. You could also call the colonists invaders if you wanted, right, Donald Trump? In the true spirit.
Interesting. So now, you see her setting it up. She's setting up the scenario. She lets you know already. First of all, I'm going to let you know I'm anti-Donald Trump and pro-illegal immigration. And she's using, a historical time to justify what's going on right now, as if that's relevant, okay? So she's going to backdate these things and make parallels that really are not applicable in today's time. It's kind of like how the black guy that I destroyed the other day was trying to make a comparison between slavery and illegal immigration. Okay, so now I have to tell that black guy and everybody else, I wasn't a slave. I'm sorry to tell you that. I don't know what they went through. I know historically what they went through, but to make me feel like, you can identify through your own personal experience of slavery to what's going on with these illegal immigrants that are willfully trying to come over here. Well, first things first, even if I did go through some personal experience of slavery, I would look at the illegal immigrants and say, that's not what I went through. I was drug over here against my will and forced to work. You came here willfully and wanted to work. That's the difference. But now she's talking about it's Thanksgiving. She sets it up for the heartstrings. She's already starting to tug at your heartstrings. Just give it a little tug. And people go, Thanksgiving? Well, that's a time of giving and sharing. Everybody should be welcome and treated fairly on Thanksgiving. Tell me more. And then she goes into the pilgrims and the Native Americans, and you might want to call those pilgrims invaders. Well, wait a minute. Last I checked, before they got here, there were Native American tribes over here that would invade other tribes, take land, conquer land. I think that's kind of a way of humans. Now, I'm not justifying it, but I don't know of too many races of people or colonies. I know in Africa, they were all on that continent, and they invaded other tribes all the time. Everybody was invading everybody. And don't think if we didn't have borders here in America right now that we wouldn't get invaded. So I guess what she's saying is now that we have a constitution, we've established America as a country, we shouldn't have these borders. We shouldn't enforce them. We should just open ourselves up to invaders, even though she lives here. See, she lives here. So according to her, let's just take it down. Yeah, she's only making this exception for the illegal immigrants, though. Now, according to her logic, if that's the case, then, well, if we just say everybody, come one, come all. Now, all of a sudden, when, say, a nation like Russia just comes flying across the border, I bet her butt would be saying, put something up. Put send the military down there, stop them. Well, I don't want them coming into my house making me speak Russian. You know, some of these other countries that hate us, when they say, well, heck, if that's how America's going to roll with no borders based off of back when the Pilgrims came and that, well, according to her, they were invaders. Yeah. So now, you know what? Let's go ahead and be foolish in this day and age and let down all our borders. Let people just come on in, even though that's not the same situation as it is now. All right? Can't help what happened back then, sis. I'm dealing with what's going on now. I live in America right now. I don't want people invading America right now. Okay? Shoot, 20, 30 years ago, you could leave your door unlocked. Okay? Times change, man. You keep your door unlocked right now, you'll wake up and somebody be laying next to you nose to nose. Like, what's happening? Criminal. That's me. About to steal all your goods, okay? But according to her, we should all just keep the door wide open, all right? Because nobody means us harm. But let's listen in some more.
Of Thanksgiving over the weekend, Trump decided to treat these invaders, also known as migrants from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador, fleeing horrific political situations with a different kind.
Well, now you have it. See, first of all, did you detect the sarcasm in her voice? Trump decided to treat these invaders, also known as migrants, treat them a certain way on Thanksgiving, as if Trump was sitting up in this big old White House on the hill like the Grinch. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. And just decided, you know what? Even though they're overcrossed that border, minding their own business peacefully, yeah, not threatening us, just sitting down, enjoying themselves. Like, you know what? One day we're going to be over in America. I can't wait to file for asylum. And then, oh my God, man, they're gassing us. What did we do? No, I think they made a choice to rush the border, and our police, our military, and our border control had to respond to that. But according to her, they just looked over to like, hey, dude, you see all those peaceful migrants over there minding their business? You know what would be funny? Why don't we run over there and just start gassing them? Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous. Let's continue.
Treatment. He authorized troops at the border to use lethal force, and then this happened.
Chaos erupting on the border. Hundreds of migrants rushing to cross into the U.S. from Mexico. At one point, migrants retreating after reports of border agents throwing tear gas canisters.
She said he authorized the military to use lethal force, and then this would happen. Now, I'm just thinking out loud. If I'm an illegal immigrant and I'm sitting over there and I'm getting the news feed and it says Donald Trump has authorized the military and our border control to use lethal force if people try to invade and come across the border and start throwing rocks at them, I probably wouldn't start throwing rocks at them. I probably would say, you know what? Yeah, I get it. If I throw rocks at them and I could potentially kill one of them, they're probably going to return fire on me. They're probably going to shoot at me, even though they did not do that. They could have, but they did the humane thing by using tear gas. But see, here's the thing she's forgetting, okay? She's talking about that this is what he decided to do. This is what broke out all out of nowhere. They were all just sitting over there around the campfire, and all the Americans came over the fence, over the border, went into their little campfire meeting and started tear gassing them. Did she not look at the footage? Is she not looking at all of them running and running up the hill and back down the hill from the tear gas? See, notice a fence is a defense mechanism. Fences don't attack people. People attack fences. Fences are there to keep people out. And so you've never seen a fence or gate attack someone. The person usually comes and runs through the fence or the gate. And it's not there for show. It's there to let you know, keep out. But for whatever reason, they decide we're going to run through. And our border patrol was supposed to just, stand aside. All right. So now, remember, no accountability. It's not their fault. Donald Trump just decided that let's gas them for fun. It'd be hilarious. We could sit back and laugh. Look at them choking. Yeah, look at the kids running. Look at them. That's crazy. Shoot another couple bottles over there. Liberal logic. So let's continue. Now she brings on somebody talking about the kids. Yeah, it was crazy. Tear gas everywhere.
Tear gas.
Yes, tear
at
gas.
the border against unarmed families, children seeking a better life.
Okay, so now that justifies it, okay? Tear gas against unarmed families. Well, they didn't seem too unarmed to me. Last I checked, they were throwing rocks at our border patrol. Okay, you don't need a gun to hurt somebody. Anytime you pick up something and use it as a weapon, you're now armed with something. Okay, now, she's talking about tear gas. Well, would you prefer bullets? I'm just saying, grenades, something like that. But tear gas is being used on all types of American citizens. So what is she talking about? And secondly, those unarmed citizens decided to run up the hill trying to cross the border. People brought their kids. What she's not telling you is, you know what? Those kids were drugged by their mother, their irresponsible mother, who bought into whatever interest group told them they could come over here and drug their kids up to that fence. Nobody forced them. And then tear gas was shot. And she's probably not telling us that there were also people who grabbed kids and women and stuck them in the front so that maybe they could avoid being tear gassed or rejected trying to jump over the border. That's what she's not telling us, okay? All those pictures she don't want you to see, but she wants you to see the picture of the lady running away with her two kids. Now, here's my thing. If you weren't close enough to the fence, you wouldn't have got tear gassed and you wouldn't have your kids running away with you. So obviously, since you were running away, that meant you were too close to the fence in the first place, right? You probably thought you were going to slide through while all the chaos was going on. And you said, come on, kids, this is our big chance. And then it was, because remember, tear gas don't shoot that far. So you're telling me if you're 800 yards away or if you're back over in Tijuana where you were supposed to be, yeah, they were shooting away out there? Is that what you're trying to tell me, lady? Let's continue.
Kids choking, screaming on Thanksgiving weekend. I'm just going to leave these images up here for a second.
Yeah, please do. Yeah,
because
she's doing that.
Is the direct result.
She's leaving those images up there for all of the people who thinks with their heart and not their mind, okay? She wants you to see that. Look at that. I'm just going to leave those images up there. And notice she slipped this in on Thanksgiving weekend as if holidays are an excuse to break rules, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's Christmas, so I'm going to be the reverse Santa Claus, and I'm going to start going down chimneys and taking people's goods. And when I get caught, then I'm going to say, you know what? It's Christmas. How could you lock me up on Christmas? All I wanted to do was have a better life and Christmas toys for my friends and family. That's it. You going to lock me up on Christmas? Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Or how about this? How about just let people come across the border any place they want to, and then when they get caught, they can tell you as an afterthought, hey, I'm here seeking asylum. So why don't I just go into the bank, Walmart, wherever, grab some stuff that I need, and then when they stop me, I say, whoa, I was about to buy this. Or, excuse me, Mr. Banker, I was about to take out a loan, as an afterthought when I saw that I got caught. So now she's making excuses. It's Thanksgiving, everybody. Break the law. Christmas time, it's a free-for-all. They make me do this.
Of our government's actions.
Oh, it's our fault.
Yes, America has played a key role in creating this mess in the first place.
Tell us.
Don't believe me? Much of the political unrest that is leading to these migrants seeking asylum has links back to blunders in U.S. policy. The pointless drug war and American drug consumption has led to massive amounts of violence in Central America, as well as our interference in their governments. Ronald Reagan especially worked to overthrow left-wing governments and prop up right-wing governments in the region, further destabilizing the area and causing countless deaths in the name of fighting communism. El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras consistently rank among the most violent countries in the world. El Salvador became the world's most violent country not at war in 2015 when gang-related violence brought its homicide rate to 103 per 100,000. Honduras was ravaged by the U.S. backing the right-wing Contras in the nearby Nicaraguan civil war. And America propped up Argentina's dirty war against Marxists in El Salvador, which killed thousands of civilians. In Guatemala, stop me if you've heard this before, Reagan supported another genocidal dictator who killed thousands of his own citizens. So MAGA people, I'm going to break this down for you really simply. Your conservative god, Ronald Reagan, both escalated the drug war and stuck his hand in nearly every Central American country in an arrogant effort to install the governments that he favored, arming dangerous people and setting the stage for genocide in many cases. This created an inhospitable, awful environment for the people living there where they don't know if they or their loved ones are going to be murdered the next day. They are fleeing to America, seeking asylum, which is legal, because of that instability. And now you call them invaders, the ones fleeing from the mess we've made. We were the invaders. We were the ones who decided we could invade Central American countries with our weapons and with our money and prop up whichever dictators, whichever governments we wanted at the time. We were the ones who decided to treat Central America like our own personal Cold War playground. The people there be damned. And now that they flee, we greet them with tear gas. If you're a true patriot, if you truly love America, then you have to be against this. You have to be. You have to work to make America better, because this is not who we are, and this is not who we should strive to be.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I guess she told us, she gave us a lecture. Yeah, well, here's a tissue for your issue, okay? See, at the end of the day, all of that, yeah, well, it's our fault and that, all of that stuff, you know what I say, what that got to do with me? What that got to do with me? See, the left is always misplacing blame. They don't realize that every human being is the sum total of their own choices. All right. Even if you're forced to do something, at the end of the day, your mind is still free. I mean, yeah, you might be born in a bad condition, but your mind is still free. You're still able to make logical choices, like not coming into another country when they say don't come. But she took a shot at America and our past and all the things that we've done, been involved with other, and she even brought up Ronald Reagan, y'all. She was like, Reagan, you're a conservative god. Well, last I checked, her liberal god, Barack Obama, I guess him and Hillary, their involvement in Libya, that was nothing. Yeah, Gaddafi deserved that. Go ahead, kill that man, destabilize the whole place. Benghazi is a fallout. Destabilization of the whole Middle East, all of those things. Those things don't count, though. She's not going to talk about those things. And I guess, according to her, any country that we've ever been involved in that might be struggling or poor, I guess that gives them all right to just come on in. So if the conditions that she's trying to make us feel like should make us more receptive to illegal immigration and giving them asylum, then that means that all of South America should be able to come. Mexico, just scratch it. We don't need borders. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and say, come on in, everybody, or we just all one big continent now, because frankly, I think that's what they want anyway. So what she's trying to do is say, well, because of things that took place in the past, it justifies lawlessness now. And maybe these liberals that do commercials like this would feel a little bit better if people put together a posse and just start running towards their house full speed with their kids, And they're saying, we're about to bust through your front door, even though we recognize doors are meant to keep people out. But no, we're seeing right through that. It's an invisible door to me, because all I can see is my hard time and my hard life that I'm leaving, and me and my children, because we want a better life. And you're going to provide that for me, whether you give me permission to come in or not. I got a good feeling her whole opinion would change about her stance on illegal immigration if it affected her. But She is paid to tell everybody that you should have a tender heart and be receptive and inclusive, regardless of what it does to American citizens, the danger it possibly put us in, the strain it has on our economy, and all of those things. And I'm just saying, yes, some of those countries are struggling back over there in South America, but guess what? We also give billions of dollars to these countries. I mean, what are they doing with the cheese? Why not invest that back into their people or be accountable somehow? Because if you're sending your whole country here, why are we still giving you money? That's like you saying, hey, Kev, I can't take care of my own kid. Here's all your kids. Here's 5 of my kids. Take care of them. And I'm still helping you. You done asked me for help. I've been giving you $500-$600 a month. And then all of a sudden, you give me the kids and say, I still want the $500-$600 a month. Well, at that point, I'm going, man, I'm going to keep the money and just use that to take care of the kids who live in my house now. Because that's what's going on. That's according to her. I guess everybody has the right in South America to come here for asylum, even though she hasn't read what qualifies people to claim asylum, even though she doesn't understand that they had the option to claim asylum in Mexico. But they said, no, we don't want that. Even though she's overlooking all of the violence that they displayed trying to get into the country and going through Mexico. She doesn't want to talk about that. Even though that they turned down offers of Mexico saying, we're going to help you out with jobs and benefits and all of those things. And she don't want to talk about those things. Even though there are organizations that encourage them. And there have been people on record saying, we was encouraged. They told us to do this. We left everything trusting these people that they was going to help us get into America. And we're not talking about coyotes. These were other interest groups that were saying, do it, do it. And now that it backfired, she wants to blame Donald Trump. She wants to blame us because we're mean. We're over here like the Grinch. Yeah, we're like Scrooge. Bah, humbug. Yeah, so it's our fault, right? Liberal logic, man. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. You know what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to keep destroying it every time I sniff it out because my nonsense signals, they go off. My sensors, beep, 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 beep. I'll be like, you hear that? You hear that nonsense? You smell that nonsense? Is that nonsense? I'll be riding around looking for it sometime, y'all. I'll be riding. Yeah, so anyway, man, hold up. Is that nonsense? Hold on, man. Dude, no, relax. I'm going to take care of this. Kev, man, no, let me out. No. We in this together. I'm about to show you how to deal with nonsense. That's my goal, is to show all Americans watching my videos how to debunk, destroy, approach, attack this nonsense coming from the left. Now, you've been listening to Kevin in Kevin's Corner. Find me on Facebook, on Twitter. I got a Minorities for Trump page on Facebook. And you can, I think, like or follow me too. And also, check me out Wednesday nights, 7:30, live, my live radio blog talk show. And I go live on YouTube. We've been having a great time. Trying to hit 100,000 people, y'all. We're going to have a good time when I do that. Do some type of celebration, you know what I'm saying? I might even do a little dance. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Yeah. So check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. All right. Their link is in the bottom. Holiday time. So I think they got some promotional things going on too. You can check out the promo code in the bottom and put my name in there, Kevin. And also, if you want to donate to Kevin's Corner, I'd appreciate that too. And don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and notification button. We'll see you next time in Kevin's Corner, where I'll be making some more sense out of some more nonsense. God bless.